Welcome to Clipazine. Today we're talking about the legendary 22 long rifle. Real caliber or children's plaything? Let's find out.
I wouldn't hand that to a child.
Well, the bullet you can hand to a child.
That's fair.
See, I just did.
That's a good cut. That's a good cut.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Sorry.
That was beautiful. Reloading. So today we're talking about the 22. We're going to talk about its affordability. We're going to talk about using it for hunting, for self-defense, and target practice, which is personally my favorite. And
because there's pros and cons for each one of those three things. Where 22 can really shine in each of those areas, it can also really be kind of like not the best caliber.
yeah, I mean, except for affordability, it's not always the best, but it's definitely a really useful possibility.
That's true. So we have a nice table of 22 guns here. I love 22.
I love 22.
He loves 22.
I mean, we shoot it in quite a few of the videos. I mean, we always have a 22, something different.
Taylor Swift loves 20. She wrote a whole song about it.
What?
22, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Sure.
She was talking about the caliber.
I knew that.
You knew
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
So why don't you go first? Show us one of your 22s here, Noah.
Well, we can, I mean, you guys have definitely seen the Mossberg target rifle here.
Such a cool gun.
Honestly, up close it can be a little, but from a range, I mean, you can hit a man-sized target from 100 yards over and 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 over again. And you can really get the repetition of bolt action if that's something you like to shoot out of this thing. And it, I mean, doesn't cost you anything. You can really get your breathing under control. I mean, if you wanted to go hunting, like small game hunting with it, I mean, it would probably be amazing at it.
That's true. That would be a good one for hunting for sure. Next up, I'll introduce you to a couple of my pistols. So pistols aren't really going to be great for hunting, not too much, unless you're talking about real small game. This is a Ruger Mark IV.
I don't think I'd have the guts to hunt with that.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. Just the accuracy, in question. This is a Ruger Wrangler. It's a single action 6-shooter, really cool pistol. And then we have the Heritage Barkeep. You guys know I keep that in my boot. So that's a cool gun too. Again, really not going to hunt with any of these. Target practice, yes.
Yeah, it'd be difficult target practice though, especially with something like that.
True, true.
Next up we have, I mean, I think you've seen this one, the scariest gun known to man. Yeah, it's terrifying. I think I've got, can I show you guys a little surprise with this thing?
Don't take the super suppressor silencer secret agent barrel. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 22. It's not a suppressor.
I think it's that gun from Fortnite.
It's regulations. They can't have something this short with a stock, so they put this nifty little cover for the suppressor. I mean, it's not anything surprisingly special. It's not even the most reliable or the highest quality gun I've ever had, but it's a lot of fun. I can probably get the fastest trigger pull out of this one, out of all of the ones I own. It's just good for mag dump at a great time, reliable. If you don't fully fill the mag, if you put 30 rounds in the mag like you're supposed to be able to, it's gonna jam every other round. But it's a good rifle.
It is scary though. This is my Ruger Takedown backpacker. This would be a good gun for hunting. Maybe if we put like a scope or something on it.
Yeah, but I like iron sights.
True. Target practice. Good gun.
You can bump those around and they're not going to get off as much.
And you can do this.
And you can see what you're shooting at without like a scope being in the way.
That's true. What do you guys think? You guys are optics people or are you
optics,
iron
no
sights?
optics. If you like optics, you're wrong, but I understand. That's,
easily for concealability? No,
that's self-defense right there,
It's not going to stay. Yeah, this would be good for self-defense, I guess.
I don't know who you're defending yourself from.
Squirrel.
the Click-clack. You guys have seen this thing. Once again, not the most reliable. Really good, accurate though. It's actually, I mean, you put it down, it'll shoot. It has a little 10-round mag that is like a mini AK mag, which is super cute. Actually, when I bought this, the mag was not working at all. It was all bent, and so I dropped it and made it worse. But I fixed it. I actually took the whole mag apart and re-flattened everything and fixed it. We got this thing super cheap because it didn't work, and now it works. And you know, just have a good time with it. Target practice. You could go hunting, but if you don't get it with the first two, you're probably not going to get it with the third when it jams. And finally, the H&K that we have found out the scope's not on. And that's another reason I don't like. I'm not careful enough to have these things. I knock them around, and then they're not on anymore, and you miss. But this one, little 25 round mag. And it looks like an AR, so you can pretend to be cool, and it's super fun to shoot.
One of the best things about 22 is its affordability. This is 500 rounds of 22.
This was also 500 rounds.
500 rounds. This was like 40 bucks.
This doesn't look like 500 rounds, but it came in a brick of 500.
Yeah, exactly. And so I know a lot of shooters are like, I'm going to bring my AK out to the range and bring my AR. And you kind of like, when you start with guns, I know a lot of people start with small calibers, they work their way up.
Every time, usually, just about.
I feel like there's a nice cliff you fall off, though, where, you know, you appreciate all those bigger calibers.
Yeah, I mean, we all have them.
But you kind of start appreciating
back into these again.
22 again, and it just becomes kind of cool.
Yeah, fun little fact about this little barely empty, that's from a 500 from the 80s.
Oh, wow.
This was a brick of 500 from the 80s that my dad bought.
The 1880s.
Yes, the 1880s.
Whoa.
That we've been shooting since I was building a boat, basically.
Yes. That's a play on words of your name.
Yeah. My name's Noah, if you forgot.
The biblical story of Noah happened in 1880.
If you know somebody named Noah and you tell them that joke, they're going to love it because I've never heard it.
It's their favorite joke.
Yep. Every time.
So like we said, we're going to talk about 3 things today. Hunting.
Help me!
Self-defense. And
target practice.
Target practice. Why does 22 shine in all these areas, and why doesn't it? So
I don't know. Why does Tony 2?
Is that what it said?
Yeah, kinda.
Tony?
Yeah. But 22 probably shines.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. All right, so I think we're going to start with a little bit of target practice just to kind of show. I think the biggest debate would be, or the biggest thing is, it's just cheap for target practice. You're not going to get that recoil or, a lot of from a larger round, but you can still get at least a little bit of your breathing technique, standing, loading, though this one doesn't really help with loading. But if I'm going to do target practice, the old Target Master Mossberg is usually my go-to. We'll shoot off a few rounds here and see how it does. It can be a little finicky, but mostly me. Went over. Normally I actually sit down for this one, just because it's nice to sit down and relax and take your time, but we're not doing that today. There's a further one down there, and I've hit it plenty of times from further back sitting down, but let's see if I can hit it while standing here. Yeah, this thing, if you ever see this in a pawn shop, on Gunbroker, it is specifically exactly a Mossberg & Sons, New Haven, Connecticut, where it was made, but I believe it is called a Target Master. I'm almost positive. And it is just a lot of fun. So, if you can pick one of these up, I would recommend it.
Noah used his single shot for target practice. I like to do target practice with my 10-22 because it has these giant BX-25 mags. So this is really good for like getting familiar and comfortable with shooting rifles. So we'll take a couple at the short target and a couple at the long one. Let's see, it's hard to dig in there with these headphones on. Oh, jammed. All right, that was the short one. Let's try the long one. And we're out. So yeah, it's really good for getting comfortable with triggers and resets and stuff like that. Really good for target practice, 10-22.
All right, so we have this H&K. You guys have seen it before. It's a 22, modeled after an AR. And we're talking about self-defense now. I mean, 22 is not going to be anybody's first choice. But A, it's cheap. And B, it's cheap to put rounds down target. Let's see how I can do with this one. And that was 20 rounds. I think I told you guys 25 earlier. This is only a 20 round. I did mix that up. But, I mean, I definitely hit probably 80% of the rounds on target. And, I mean, we're good, I don't know, 30, 40 yards, I'd say. And, I mean, I wouldn't really use this for self-defense in most places, but if you're out in the country, around here, the biggest thing we're going to see is coyotes. That would probably be an issue. And I do feel like this would take care of that.
So like Noah said, self-defense is really all about putting rounds on target. So he chose a rifle. I'm going to choose a pistol today. So I'm going to use my Ruger Mark IV. We're at about 15 yards. Hopefully I can get most rounds on target, but we'll see. The 22 is a little wily. It's definitely not, for me, the most accurate round, especially coming out of a gun this small. But I think if I was trying to defend myself at this range, at least I'm hitting the target a couple times. So this is what I would choose for self-defense, my Ruger Mark IV.
We have here prime certified Angus beef to really show off how good 633 is. It's not a bad price for certified Angus beef, but also we just wanted to see what a 22 would just do to a slab of meat. And it's certified, so we know it's good. We'll be back. We got steak. It's not fruit, which I apologize for. I'll have to be honest, I forgot to get fruit. So the doctors are gonna be a little upset. And we can't save the meerkats. But anyway, let's try not to slap that meat anymore.
So we're talking about hunting. That's why we're shooting the steak. What we really want to see is a nice clean shot straight through. That's what you want to see when you're hunting. So I'm going to try this Ruger Wrangler. If this doesn't go through that piece of steak, we have problems. Let's see. All right, let's go take a look. So you can see if you're hunting with a 22, and this was a nice delectable rabbit or a
bison.
Maybe a bison, yeah, or elk, possibly. No, if you're hunting something small, squirrel, rabbit, you're kind of in the woods, you can see that went right through. So that's going to be a kill shot for most small animals. You're going to be able to cook up a nice stew, kind of a in the woods solution. Again, not what I would want to take hunting for anything bigger than maybe like a rabbit, but it'll get the job done.
We're going to, let's see if long rifle, an actual rifle does anything different here. Also, just for fun, nifty little safety. You can rack the bolt back until you do that. Well, I do say I think that's a slightly larger hole. Yeah. I mean, it might have actually been twirling. It looks a little oblonged, but if that was a rabbit, you could have lunch, dinner, maybe. Let's I think it's time to just kind of rapid fire into it now. Let's see what happens.
Oh no, a wild rabid raccoon.
Oh no.
A wild rabid raccoon. We're dead. We both have rabies. We've died.
We didn't survive.
Oh no. What happened?
I don't know. No bullet? Hey.
Oh, could it have been the gun was on safe?
No?
Let's try that one again.
We're gonna go now. There's a wild raccoon that is attacking us furiously and voraciously.
Voraciously.
that a word?
Voraciously?
Yeah!
Rabies averted.
No rabies for us.
Nope, not today at least.
Huzzah! It's dead.
Whoa,
And it's browning.
it's pretty good.
Not a high power though.
Yeah. Noah,
Yeah?
what do you want to do with this?
There's no lunch out here.
You want to cook it?
Yeah, we got a grill.
All right, cool. We'll cook it.
Well, I think we went through everything we wanted to go through.
We did.
We shot most of our 22s. I still have more at home.
We did. I still have a whole bunch of 22.
This is the first time I've used this MagTech in a... Wash it first. It's a little greasy. Doesn't really like the semi-autos
Wash your bullets.
if they're covered in grease.
Yep.
Kind of self-explanatory, but I didn't know better.
Coat them in soap and Lysol.
In diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't put anything in diesel. Don't put bullets in diesel
don't
fuel.
do
That's a
that.
terrible idea.
Yep.
But I mean, we had self-defense with H&K, and I believe you had your Ruger?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
pistol. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Right here.
the Ruger right here on the table.
Yep.
I mean, they both did exactly what we wanted. I don't think it's your first option, but
No,
it's not a bad option.
it's not a bad option.
Not a bad option at
And
all.
that's what's really great about 22. It's cheap. It's affordable. You can go through it. You can mag dump and not even really care.
I mean, we probably spent. Let's with all honesty, not counting the price of the guns.
Yeah, 40 bucks.
But like we didn't go through $40.
No.
We probably went through 15.
Yeah.
If maybe at max that was 50. It wasn't even a 15.
Which
probably.
has me thinking, you know what a cool way to close this video out would be?
What?
Slow-mo mag dumps.
Ooh, Slo-mo mag dumps.
You want to do it?
Let's do it. Let's Slo-mo mag dump.
I was hoping we'd go in for a cool handshake. Hit me.